Well, according to the Alliance for Lifetime Income, a record number of Americans are hitting retirement age this year, and millions of them will start using Medicare. But you still need to pay for major out-of-pocket expenses. So there's a lot to talk about here. Whenever we have stuff that we don't understand, we bring in the woman who does understand it all and explains it so well. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here with us this morning. Good morning, Jill. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Well, we're glad to have you here. Let's dig right in. How much can Medicare recipients expect to spend on their own?
I think a lot of people don't realize you still have to pay for Medicare, and there's all those, as you said, out-of-pocket costs. We got a fresh report from Fidelity Investments that found 65-year-olds who are retiring this year are expected to spend an average, so this is an average, $165,000 in healthcare and medical expenses throughout those retirement years. It's up 5% from last year. It's more than double the amount back in 2002 when they first started this survey.
That is a seemingly big number, and I think you're right. A lot of people don't realize that that number is a thing for them. So break that $165,000 down for us.
Well, first of all, the way they come up with the numbers, they look at the premiums paid for Medicare Parts A and B, that's 43%. But then there are always co-pays and co-insurance and deductibles, that's 47% of the number, and prescription drugs for 10% of the number. And you know, it's interesting, these numbers, they don't include any costs that you would have to pay for long-term care. Medicare doesn't cover that, and Fidelity doesn't cover that in this analysis. But they do remind me, I was talking to somebody from Fidelity this week, and they said, you know, just tell everybody that 165,000 number, it's per person. So if you're married, it's double that amount.
Oh, so there are people watching this morning who are currently working, and they're saying, well, shoot, I got to start preparing for that number that I was not thinking about. What can they do?
Well, I want to break the number down a little bit more. So think about it this way. 165,000 is the big scary number. Now I've got your attention, right? So when I break it down, I look at, let's say your retirement lasts 20 to 25 years. And we break it down per year, but then I break it down per month. So let's just use this is a rough sketch that if you think of this, it may really mean that you should add about $600 per person per month in today's dollars to all of those future retirement planning expenses. And so what I think this is important is that a lot of people don't even think about this. They say, oh, well, I'm not going to put money in my 401k, or I'm not going to commute anymore, my costs will go down. Factor these in. If your company offers it, I encourage you to check out the high deductible health plans that are paired with health savings accounts. It's really interesting. These accounts are great because even when you leave your job, you can take them with you. You can use them for decades in the future during your retirement. If you don't have one of these plans, maybe create a special separate account that's earmarked just for healthcare. I think of this as a form of bucketing. That's where you create an account for a specific purpose. Whatever the way you do it, just know you're going to have to factor in these costs because I don't think they're going down and I don't think they're going away.
Well, it's always good advice, Jill. Thank you so much for making sure that we are prepared no matter what the situation. You can catch Jill regularly on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell, as well as every week here on QC Morning. We'll see you next week, Jill. Thank you.